Hi there, I'm Ellie, and this is my relationship success project. And I did my project on my boyfriend's grandparents, his Nana and Papa. They've been married for about 55 years. They got married at 18, and they dated for a couple years before that. So in total, they've been together for almost 60 years. And I chose them because they are the sweetest couple I know, even though they've been together for so long. They've gone through a lot of grief, losing both of their children, and I just think that it's admirable how they have been through so many hardships, but they never lost their connection. So the first concept I wanted to talk to them about was emotional intelligence, which we learned in Chapter 4. And emotional intelligence is the ability to manage our own emotions and also consider the emotions of others. And there are many fallacies that go along with emotional intelligence, but one that I thought was relevant to their interview is the fallacy of shoulds. And the fallacy of shoulds is distinguishing what is and what we think should be. And it's really important that we learn to manage what is realistic for us and other people so that we aren't let down by our own expectations. And I think they talked about that in the interview quite a bit. So Nana and Papa's advice on emotional intelligence is before reacting angrily and getting in a big argument, first you want to take a second to think, and you're going to think about why you are upset. And then once you have that down and you understand why you're acting the way you are, you're going to want to consider why the other person is upset and acting the way they're acting. And then from there, you can consider how you think they should be acting versus how they are, the fallacy of shoulds, and ask yourself, why are we reacting this way? Was I expecting something unreasonable? Or did they just do something that I didn't like? And this is a great way to solve arguments, and they said that they use this quite a bit in their relationship. And then the second concept that I talked to them about was nonverbal communication. And nonverbal communication is anything other than words to communicate what you are trying to say. And some examples of nonverbal communication in their relationship were just doing simple acts of kindness when they know that the other has had a bad day. Like Papa will do the dishes when Nana's upset, and Nana will turn on Papa's favorite show when he had a bad day. And they still do their routines like reading together, and it really just shows that they care and that they love each other. And it's just a sweet little gesture, and it's a different way to say, I love you. And those are really important in relationships, especially long relationships. And they said, especially since their love language is acts of service, that it's really important to honor that by doing things for the other person. And then the third and final concept I talked to them about was repairing relationships. And repairing relationships is all about apologizing and forgiving. There are many steps to learning how to apologize. They're on the screen here. I won't go over all of them. But Nana had some words of wisdom about apologizing. And her words of wisdom, were that you should accept when you're in the wrong and forgive the other person when they are in the wrong. And that grudges ruin relationships. And she said that the main reason why they are still together is because they learned how to apologize and admit when they're wrong early on in their relationship. And this really helped them progress and move forward. Whereas maybe if they weren't as emotionally intelligent, they wouldn't have recognized their feelings and then accepted responsibility for their actions based on those said feelings. So yeah, the things that I learned from Nana and Papa's interview were that you need to work to understand yours and your partner's feelings. You need to show them you care in more ways than one, and you need to accept when you're in the wrong and apologize. And then you also need to forgive when your partner is in the wrong. And that is everything that I went over in our interview. Thank you.